Right, so welcome back. My video from my return has obviously just hit the channel today. There's nothing spectacular, it's about 9 minutes long, a few little fish, mackerel, little smooth out about £3. And then this will obviously be my second one. So I thought I'd take a bit of a different stance. What you'll have is most of the YouTube videos, they'll go out, rock up on a beach. Say today I'm fishing Bristol Channel with pedal pulley rigs, squid and bluey, targeting thornbacks. Next clip will be them holding up a thornback saying, look, got my thornback. But they don't tell you the what, why and how, and what they're gonna do, how they're gonna do it, and why they're doing it. So I thought I'd go a bit different and give you a bit of an insight into why I'm doing what I'm doing. So the next session I'm going on is, hopefully, it might not be, but if it's not, then this clip won't ever make it. A session at Cogden on Chesil for place and sole. So look, what am I going to do? I'm going to go up to Chesil. I'm going to fish a nighttime high tide because they're predominantly night feeders. Obviously at the Bristol Channel it doesn't matter because the water's so muddy. They'll feed during the day, but Chesil for sole, nighttime, decent high tide, usually around 4-8 on the Devon scale would be a decent sort of size tide up there, maybe a 5. If it's too big, your lead will obviously swing right round, you need bigger leads. Look, why am I going to target them? So we know place and sole sort of come out late March, April, May, when the weather gets a bit nicer, but then you have the battle with the spider crabs. So if you leave it later in the year, you'll have less spider crabs problems. Yeah, that's pretty much it really. So you leave it later in the year, as close to the whiting season as you can. Obviously with Chesil you get loads of the little tiny pin whiting that are a pain in the bum. So you kind of want to get that as late as possible after a decent blow. So there's some chocolatey Chesil water. And then obviously that's the sort of time you'd head up. You'll get place, sole, gurnards and all sorts up there. Obviously you can pick up your rays and all the rest of it. So that's why I'm going for a sole seasonality. So look, certain fish around at certain times of year, place and sole, summer months, white in winter months. For example, you know, wrasse, you get big ones in the winter, then they sort of disappear to deeper water. So then they come back for the summer months and you get a decent stat. The ground obviously matters, so why would flatfish be there? If it's sandy, if it's muddy, they're not going to be over rough ground. They obviously sit flat to the bottom, so a cleaner ground would be better for flatfish. The sole seem to love the clay. Look, how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to rock up to Chesil. I've got a little selection of goodies here. So I'll start with this. So this is a glow lead. So nighttime fishing on Chesil with a glow lead is helpful because when you're pendulum casting, or I do like a helicopter, so the lead's going round and round in quite a big loop, I can glow it up first, I can watch the lead so I can pick, because it comes around the back of me, past my legs, and it hits that point, time to whack it. It's a lot easier with one of these than it is with a grey lead and trying to follow it with your head torch. You don't have to concentrate as hard. So one of them is actually a good shout. This is made by Sea Weights. I've got a few of these. Don't need many, don't lose them that often on the clean ground, but worth having. Sole glued to the bottom, they don't come up as much as place. What I have got, if I get one out, I'll try not to rabbit on because I appreciate these are boring when you're sat watching someone just waffle on about fishing. There's little split shots, I don't know if you can see that, there's a little split in there, or like 1/3 of an ounce. So you can buy little bags of them, a little bag there. What I'll do with that is, this will lead me onto the rigs. So I've got 2 types of rigs I use. One of them, if I can get it off the winder, is a clip down with SRT. So obviously that I've got on your main line, swivel, 2 beads, snood, fairly small hook there. It's a size 1. The sole will get that in there. I've got tiny mouth, so sometimes I'll drop it to a size, like a little tiny size 4. That'll clip onto that cascade swivel, if I can show you that. You see that there, little cascade, so the top hook will clip to that, and the bottom hook will then clip to your splashdown. All you do with those leads, just clamp 2 to a snood, put your black lug on. So bait wise, I'll go with live black lug or live lug, and put the little weights on so it's nailed to the seabed. You will pick up place with it, place or sole, and then obviously little gurnards and all the rest of it all also have a munch. You can pick up a right variety of species. So this one is, sorry, screen's gone off, my up and over So that'll connect to your main line. So it's just an upside down weight clip, which will do. You then obviously clip your snood line over, send these onto your hook. I'm going to take these off and put smaller hooks on. So I use these for raying. I'll pendulum or go over one or smooth out, whatever. You then pull it tight. So obviously it's quite length, but if you're penduluming, you need the length anyway. And then your hook will come down. So it's the bottom. It will spring off the top there. That'll be your main line. And you'll have a really long trace line. So you can put, again, a few of the split shots just above the hook here. So I'll probably go inch down, put 2 or 3 along there, and that'll hold your hook bang onto the seabed. If the spider crabs are still a problem, obviously you can change a bit of your snood to braid, put a little braid bit in so they don't snip your snood line, and then that'll help you out. So that's pretty much going to cover it off. The only thing obviously I have got is a light. It's really bright, lights up the whole shelter, and then it makes it easier for videoing so you can actually see my face. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So hopefully the weather holds out and we get to go out for some sole and some place. And what I'll do is I'll just take you down, show you exactly the rigs and stuff I've got here, the bait, how to do it, and off away we go. And hopefully we see some decent fish come out. Obviously it's Chesil, beach of broken dreams and all that sort of stuff. So nothing might happen, but fingers crossed we see some nice fish out. Yeah, I'll see you next time. I'll be down there. All right, here we go. So as I said in the last video, I went up Wednesday. Did it go Wednesday, Thursday? Chesil Beach. It was just a case of where. So we are at Cogden end. Bit of a disgusting hike, but here we are. Obviously, it was a storm yesterday. Still tail end of storm today. So I'll show you the watercolour now. If you can tell by that, I would say that's a mild hot chocolate sort of colour with a tinge of green. A little bit lumpy, bit of a crosswind as you can hear, so it's blowing from right to left. It's low water now, so we're going to fish it up, hopefully for a sole. Cod, I'm going to put one out for a small-eyed ray or an undie while it's like that, and hope for one of them. As it gets dark, then I'll just go all out black, cod and sole, because I would like to take some sole home for tea. In terms of riggage, I've got an up and over with a size 2, so if you can see that, get my head out of the way, little size 2, and then drop shots and another drop shot. Basic fundamentals, probably know this already, but Bill's gone halfway down the beach. That's what you do. See that? It's a bit tight. Get a bit of slack because there's a split shot on the bottom there, so you'll have a bit of wobble. So it's obviously so tight you can get it with that one pulling like that. And then if you pull the top up there, it'll tighten up as you get into the cast. But obviously once you've done the cast, you'll have a bit of slack in there. And when it's the water, that'll drop. In theory, that didn't go very well, did it? And then it'll ping off the top, and then you'll have your really long trace line, which then leave your hook on the bed. Hopefully with them nailed to the seabed. So baits on that, it's going to be black lug. Got live black, got 10 wraps, so got some worm to get through. And then small-eyed one, it's the same rig, just bigger hooks. I'll have 2 on, so I'll pen all that. 2 sand eels, and get them out as far as I can. And hopefully we'll see some fish out with a nice colour water. I'll get these baited up and set up, and then we'll see how we do. I'll keep you posted. So I've been here 20 minutes ish. I've had 2 chucks, no fish, and rafts of weed. Anyway, chatting with Phil, obviously, main man Mingo. Come down with just discussing the water types, cod, rigs, etc, etc. He fishes the beach a lot, so I was like, black lug, tiny little hook, like so, there, little size 2 for sole, and he was like, stick a big one on. So I've gone with a 4-0 chinny. So what I'm going to do there is put 2 blacks on the bottom hook, slide them up to the top hook, so if the cod comes along, you can take the chinny on the top. So essentially it's a pennel with a tiny hook. So I'll put 2 black lug on the bottom, slide them up, and hopefully Mr. Coddy takes both, or a sole takes the bottom one. I'll rebait and have another go, and hopefully the weed bugger's on. The wind shoots drop later, it's about 8 o'clock-ish.
7 now. So as that drops off, hopefully the waves drop off. At the minute the tide's going sideways and the wind's going sideways, both going the same direction, making it quite hard. So the rod's giving it boing. Every time the wave comes in, you just can't get it out as far as you want it really. You whack it and the lead just hits the wind and just drops out of the sky. But anyway, best bait up. I'll keep you posted. Hopefully we see some fish. So in terms of roddage, gone a bit lighter today, obviously targeting sole, little tiny flatfish. Gone with M4 GTs. I was going to bring the Century ultralights down. I'm glad I didn't, because they've just been giving it boing boing, because these are doing it now. It's basically, it's like bait hits the water, you watch your rod tip bouncing and try and differentiate whether it's a fish or the waves, and then every time you reel in you get a reel full of sludge. So it's a bit unpleasant, but you never know, sometimes you can fish through it. So I'll soldier on. Probably hear the waves blaring away now. They don't look that big, but obviously they're big enough to be a pain in the arse. But other than that, it's a very nice day. A couple of people further on there. Phil's down over there. Top of the bivvy. He's down there having the same battles. So every 5 minutes you're watching one of us reel in a big ball of weed, strip it off, rebait and fire and fucking back out. Oh dear, the shit we do for fish. Anyway, I'll soldier on. I won't bore you with the riff raff. I've got one out for a ray, on up and over with some large eels there, and then the other one I've got the little look with a pen or chino above for hopefully a bigger fish. I'll let you know if I catch something, because you don't want to just sit here watching me fucking talk to the camera all night. And I'm going to eat my dinner, so I'll let you know how we get on. Fingers crossed and all that. Chesil Beach, that is an up and over. Whoop. If you can see that, that's the whole rig there. Beauty, absolute beauty. Bastard. So when I come Chesil, I come with Phil. It's called the Phil Show, and let me show you why. So I've had one truck, well I've had more than one truck, but only fish. Phil's there, codling, clean him for a bit. There you go. 1 times codling, nothing massive, but it's big enough to get a few fish fingers out of. And pout. Phil's fishing with live lug, I'm fishing with blacks. Even so, he's out fishing me. So what I'm going to do, when he ain't looking, I'm going to steal some of his lug. Hopefully I'll catch the mother of all cods. That'll show him, won't it? At least there's some fish. I'll let you know how I get on. Just so you get an example of the bait. So at the top there, it's the 4-0, just wrapped like a pennel there. Worm, and at the bottom it's a tiny little sole look. It's like a little black lug sausage look. So hopefully a codder lod will come along, go nom nom nom, or a sole. Either. I'll take anything right now. I hate Chesil. I hate fishing Chesil with Phil, because he always wings in brilliant fish, and I always sit here blanket, not doing very well. But we persevere. Things we do for fish, I'll tell you. Ta-da! It's about 5 quid's a worm, caught that bugger. That's it for me. 1 pout and an eel. Feels still the same at the minute as well, so 2 fish a piece, but still not the mother. I mean, pout's a pout in it, but they're a pain in the ass as well. It's right in the middle of eating my cookies. I'll endeavour to let you know if any more turn up. Probably not anything of this stature, but if there's something whopping, then you'll know. So if you see them bouncing around, this is tough. So I'm right at the top of the bank, rod's as high as I can get them. Bear with me a sec. Voila. Sort my life out. The rods are as high as I can get them. They're just boinging around. The surf rolls it up, and dumps all the weed on your line. Just frustrating, to say the least. A couple of hours in, one little pout. Phil's had a pout and a cod. I just threw a paddy, blew up a reel, set the rod back out, obviously re-rigged it, rebaited, and just hung them both up on the tripod, baited to go, and sat and ate my dinner, because it's literally cast out, weed on the line, deal with it, cast out, weed on the line, deal with it. I have to say, I hate this goddamn beach, but I'll keep plugging away. If something comes out, I'll let you know. I just want it to moan, because I hate the place. Oh dear. Anyway, I better carry on. I've probably got weed on there, so I better reel in and rebait. There he goes. Little dogfish. A teeny tiny dog. Fish nonetheless. That was on blacks. Don't know how I caught it. It must have just landed on its head, because by the time the bait hits the water, it's 3 miles down the beach and then up on the shingle with a load of weed attached. But fish number 2. I'm hoping as the tide pushes up and we hit high water and it dies a bit. Once it obviously comes up, sits on slack water and starts ebbing. Hopefully the waves start off of it. There's a load of cabbage weed. It's like red, I don't know how to explain it, like what you get in coastal, red cabbage. Not loads, but enough to be a pain. So what'll happen is you cast out, get a big roller in, and it'll flick the weed up onto your line as it's going in the water, and then it drags it down into the wave, and every time the wave comes, obviously it bounces. So I keep plodding away. That's all you've got to do. We've got a load of black lug to get through, so I'm gonna have to use it. Hopefully dies off and the soul switch on, we have a good time. But at least there's been fish had, which is better than a blank. But I'll keep you updated how we get on. I'm going rogue, so I've taken the wing cover off. And what I'll do is I'll pop you there. That's just outside my bivvy. You can probably hear how horrendous that wind is. See the bivvy there. These are all blown in, look. That's all because of the wind. That's all because of the wind. Putting up, it's like a flipping kite. It's windy as hell. I just thought I'd show you how windy it is, but anyway, let's carry on fishing. Probably got weed on my line, so let's sort that out. Shit, pray for me. By some miracle I held bottom for 3 minutes, but I mean, some bait, innit? However, a fish, little pouty wowdy. What? 2 pound dogfish and a strap eel. But as before, beats a blank. It's very tough going, but you never know, do you? That is fishing. Anyway, I'll get pouty wowdy back rebaited, get back to it. Fingers crossed something bigger comes along. I'm still rolling with 3 black bait. So I'm using what, a wrap of blacks every 3 casts. But it's been a couple of cod out. We had a chat to a bloke on the way down, and we had a 5 pounder and a couple of sole. I don't know how in these conditions. Sometimes you walk past an angler and ask what they've had. They may exaggerate, not all of them, but some definitely do. There's definitely been occasions on B stands when I've said how they fish and they're like 6 pounds smaller, 6 pound spotty, small eye, small eye, small eye, small eye. You're 10 yards down the beach. I think, well, I've had sod all, maybe they have, but I haven't seen any of these come out. But it's fishing for you, or fishermen for you, fish for them in this day and age. Anyway, getting distracted. Get this pout back, get rebaited, get back to it. I'll keep you posted. Wow, carried on fishing. Ta-da! I don't have to make that look any better. It is a coddy, codlingy, not massive by any means, but cod nonetheless. There he is. Black lug. Weirdly, I went smaller baits, smaller hooks, thinking thinking I might get a sole eventually as the tide slackens off. Just bash bosh. My rod was halfway down the beach. Not the rod, the line. Wheeled in thinking I had a load of weed, and there you go. Mr. Codito. There's one apiece for me and Phil now. I'm actually buzzing with that. I'm very happy. I still hate Chesil, but very happy. Hopefully I can winkle out a bigger one. Won't get greedy. I'm happy with that. But if a bigger one comes, I'll be even happier. Keep you posted. Wow. Shit, son. It's a smooth hound. So we got what? Pouting, dogfish, eel, coddies, and a smoothie. Very nice indeedy. Hopefully this is a sign of things to come. We might be going home in a minute, or half an hour. But in that meantime, I'll get the bait back out. Mr. Cod and smoothie. Fingers crossed, keep going. Not bad now, not bad. Right, that's better. Right, so it is home time. So it's about 12:30, 1 o'clock-ish, something like that. Got away from work and met Phil in Newton. So I work in Newton, Abbott. Lost my pliers. Oh, there. Yeah, we met about 5-ish, I suppose. Jumped in the van, did all the bits we need to do, got changed, bimbled on up. Probably got here in about an hour, and obviously had to walk of hell, as we call it. Yeah, had a little stroll down, set up. Wind was horrendous. Spoke to a guy on the way down, and he was saying he had cod of 5. He had sole 40 centimeters. So he obviously measures rather than weighed on that. We both came down with quite high expectations, I suppose, because we had a big storm, so we know it'd be quite chocolate-like. And we know that can deliver the goods when the sole are in, or starting to come. So I suppose we came down all excitable, thinking we were gonna rinse a load of sole and hang out with these ginormous fish, and didn't quite go to plan, obviously. But look, I mean, I've come down, that's probably my first Chesil cod, in fairness. I normally come down with a lug and go for sole, or drop one in short for a bass, or, do you know what I mean? Go for the variety. Was quite pleasantly surprised with cod. So Phil had a cod, I had one, codling, whatever you want to call them. You get funny about the size, calling it a cod at that size. It's codling, but struggling it. Nonetheless, it's the right fish, smooth hound, pouting, crappy little eel, but you know what I mean? Good little species tally there, so can't complain. Could have driven all this way and caught nothing. Blown up 2 reels. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But again, appreciate you watching. If you made it this far, most people scroll through, have a look at the fish, flick to the next video, or do whatever they do. They don't normally make it to the end. Look, if you made it this far, then you're a legend. I'd really appreciate you giving me a little like and subscribe. That'd be cool as a cucumber, because it would grow the channel. I'd like to grow the channel. Yeah, if there's anything you want, like, drop me a comment and I'll see what I can do. Obviously it's coming into small eye ray season, so have a little stab at them. See, there's some spots that people don't want on the old YouTube, so I have to be careful what I do and where I do it, because I don't want to upset the world. So we'll do a bit of small eye, go for some bull us as the winter months set in. Probably come up and do another sole cod session. Maybe some places you still get that out now on a nice clear day. So I'd imagine I'll be back up here in a week and have another pop. So fingers crossed for next time. Again, appreciate you watching. Peace, till next time.